we have a plan. We got loads of things around here. Then we've got a lot of few steps here. Do we own that? We have to agree with all these people and get everything sorted. So, what do you reckon? Really, man? We're the MWF gangsters. Because we are the motor thugs. You know that? We always are motor thugs. Because we can't just get it turned out. Because John Wilford wants us to get in us, like, I don't know. Our boss, John, he wants us to capture Jason the other ways. How they were done. But for some reason we have to make a decision. But we do not have to do it again once a week. But once we can't do that anymore. So what is that? How is that possible anyways? It's the only thing we can do, but there's nothing we can tell. But I decide there's nothing we can tell. But the other reasons though is we can't do that. As we challenged. You know, I'm gonna say that to everybody. The remote excitement for today. The only things we can do there is we have to make a plan to stop them from getting away from them. We're planning a next term that it doesn't decide to what we were doing. As I'm saying, but there's a lot of ways to do it. The only thing we can do is we don't need to get on with it. But that's all. It's totally awkward though. We got a lot of few things to decide. We get loads of things and don't know what's going on. We do know what we were doing then. Like, how is it? But the only things that we don't disagree with them. That's all. Because I sort of wondered my classes, like for wisely, but it doesn't actually work. That's all. But that's all I have to say. But it doesn't really matter what we were doing. Man, it should be a connectable. But the only things we can do is we getting on with it. Well, that's how we got started and wisely and everything is all time, but no, not really exactly. So what are you gonna say? Really? Come on, dude, you always have to... Right, just stand up for a minute, please. Stand up. Are you talking rubbish? Are you sure you're trying to keep my eyes open? Only one time and I told you this. It's infant. What I told you the last time. It doesn't really matter what we were doing. But some of people around that, for some reason, it doesn't work. Well, I was taking it, but it's been taken for the whole time, but if I like, if I don't like, they should never know what we were doing. Well, as a task, it doesn't really matter, but... Please, just believe me. Because I'm always believing people. But in my mind, there is nothing we can do. So basically, it's the real thing. I have to just believe in it, just take in my orders and maybe autism, maybe some kind of the real thing that I don't know what that means, but I'm still alive, you know. We're both still alive. Because we ain't got enough through, but eventually, but not that serious already. But we think about it. We're thinking about it for one time. But as I promised, it's not the real thing to say, but don't worry, we'll figure it out. How can this thing happen? When you told me in a minute, I know exactly what I'm talking about. But firstly, it's not the real thing. But I know Jason is an SUV agency. He's an agency and he's the leader of the SUV. Our boss is John Wilfred. John is our boss. You know, he works in the MWF. So we are the MWF motor thugs. And they are modern thugs. The MWF modern thugs. With their hoods on, and we are the motor thugs. We got our bikes ready, we got our bikes. Get our bikes ready. Then, ready to capture Jason. But we have to understand. If we kill him, or capture him. If he gets away, he's resisted. And then we can shoot him while he was resisted. So firstly, it doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't take too long to survive, and how can this thing happen, but some of them would never do it. They don't do anything forever. But for recently, it's kind of a real thing to say, but but it's too cold for us. What I was thinking is, it's the real thing. A friend of mine, he took in the employees, don't know, somehow and like that. It doesn't matter how long it takes to build in our future. Don't know what to say. Don't know what to say now. Oh yeah, recently it's not the real thing to say, but to be fair, I'm not gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say anything else now. But what we do now is, like John just said to us, John wants Jason's captured. John wants him captured. He wants him founded. We have to be together. We always have to think about it in our minds. But you do not have to make a decision. And that's what we all been caused. But the reason was, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what he takes, and it doesn't matter what he was taking. You know what? I'm kind of rubbish, you know. When I got up at night, I used to slip when I was one. I came on alongside, but it doesn't really matter what they were done. But it's just the real story ends. Tell you what, the only things we can do there is, it's hard to tell. And yeah, but that's the real thing. I have to say, but I can't just make a deal. The only things we can do it, but nothing exactly. But let's be honest. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see what we can do. Whatever you say, let's just forget about it. Let's just do it. Okay? Let's see what we can. See what we got. Yeah, you're right. I know what you mean, but the only things we can do, but we always want to capture Jason, but nothing really. We will doing it.